Hello, everyone. This is Randy, your sewing machine man, and we're looking at a Kenmore Ultra Stitch 12. And the reason we're doing this, I talked to Tonya on the phone today from Midland, Texas, and she was looking for a Kenmore. And she has a Elna now, so she's looking for something that's not making a big leap and changing out the stuff. And she said she's one of those few people that still uses the overlocks. You know, a lot of times I tell people, get the Ultra 12, so there'll be 11 stitches you'll never use. And get the 10, for there's 9 stitches you'll never use. Get the 30 for 29 stitches you'll never use. But she uses hers, and she explained to me that single overlock, double overlock, she finishes off the edge of her hems and things like that. So people use it for decorative stitch in the seams. And I was telling her about the three-step elastic zigzag, which is this guy right, where is it? Right there. And it's a straightforward. It's not a cycle, you know, 2 forward, 1 back, or 1 forward, 2 back, whatever it is. It's just a regular straightforward 1, 2, 3 over, 1, 2, 3 back. It's kind of used in the sail business to make the sails, keep the seams from compromising if a seam breaks. And you can see I have it on a real short stitch here, so you can see what's going on. It goes 3 over, 3 back. And what that is for, in case you want to sew on elastic, or anything stretchy for that matter, you can stretch it and then sew on it flat and it'll spring back, or you can sew on it flat, stretch it, and it won't break the stitch. So you can put a cuff or something like that, whatever, if you want it to be bunched up and look like it's elastic, or you can have it laying flat and just have a little expansion to it that way. But that's that 3-step zigzag, and you can adjust the length of the stitch. The width is preset. You can adjust it for real close together or far apart. Now, the overlock, which is the one that some people actually do use, Tonya said she was one of them, and she sounded believable to me. So you're going to overlock an edge like this. Let me get a little light on the subject here. Right there, you can see it overlocks the edge and actually sews a seam, and it actually, the stitch actually locks right along the edge there. This is what it looks like when it's going straight. But when you're going down the edge, what you do is you start off with it on the fabric. So you always have the stitch being made on the fabric. And then what you do is you put it on the, let's see, on this 12 would be coming around to right there. So you can see it cast to the left. It has a left cast. The double does both, but this is a left cast. So you put it on the left-hand side. You can take your stitch length down, short, long, whatever you want to do, and you guide it over to the edge, and it actually does a real nice inseam. And then what it'll do, let me cut another piece of this demo fabric here and give you a better look at the inseam so you can see what's going on, because this is exactly what you'd want to do if you were making an inseam that you wanted to make it real nice and strong and then have an overlock on the side. If you're looking at this, let's take this out of here. Let's say this was your seam that you're hemming or trying to finish off. You're going to go down the edge like that. You see it's casting off to the side. On the left-hand side, it's sewing on nothing but thin air. On the right-hand side, it's sewing on the fabric. And as long as that stitch is locked on the right-hand side, as long as you don't start out sewing mid-air, you can continue to make stitches. But if you start out in mid-air, it'll jam. Any machine will do that. What you want to do is start out sewing on the fabric, like right here, and then it casts over to the side. And then when you open it up, you have a real nice stitch on the inside, you know, and then it overlocks the side if it's something that's going to unravel. So that's what that's for. So that's the Ultra Stitch 12. It'll do the single double overlock. The single's over here, just spaced differently. And it's a nice little machine. But when I was talking to you, I realized, well, maybe you don't want a free arm. So I'm going to grab from my stack of machines, see if I can grab a similar to the 12 stitch. It won't say 12 stitch because this was in the free arm version. But you can get one in a flatbed version. I'll see what it is and get the numbers off the back. And so you can look for that, because Tonya says she's looking for a Kenmore. She wants to know where to start, because, you know, all these numbers and all these designations and all these 12s and 10s and top load, side load, back load. Some are bad, some are good. This will get you kind of focused in on, if you want a free arm, this is a good one. The 10s are good. The 8s are good. 15 class front load 158 series. And that's important. 15 class front load 158 series. You can get the top load. Don't recommend those. Anything the top load's got a plastic in it. Front load, 15 class, 158 series. Great little machine. It's got the adjustable pressure on top. Bobbin winds up here. Stitch length on the side. On this one, the stitch widths are all preset, but you can adjust the length, which is nice. Lever reverse. And it's a nice little machine. If you're going to quilt, it'll make quilting a breeze, because no matter what you put underneath there, it'll sew. You don't have to worry about breaking a drive gear, because the drive gears are made out of hardened steel. So that's the Kenmore Ultra 12 for Tonya and Midland. All right, thanks.